Hello, everybody. I am Elizabeth Frisk with Beauty Queens Galore, the pageant resource. And today I am with Machaela Kozlowski, our USA National Miss New York. Thank you for being here with us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Well, I'm excited to really dive on in on your preparation, USA National Miss, and everything there is to it. But first, I would love to know, who are you outside the crown?
Outside the crown, I am a junior at Lemoyne College. I'm studying biology and hopefully get my bachelor's degree in biology and move on to get my master's degree as well. I am an adventure artist. I love going outdoors, doing ATV riding. I even sometimes in the summer I go drag racing with my father. I love just spending time with my family and friends, and I am a little bit of a shopping addict. Pageantry to blame, but I am a very, very overall optimistic person.
I feel like a shopping addiction definitely just comes with pageantry. Don't get me wrong, I loved shopping before, but now, whole other level. And Nationals for USA National Miss is coming right around the corner. When are you going to be heading out? And where is it at?
I am heading out tomorrow morning at 6 a.m.
Goodness.
It is in Hollywood, Florida. So this is the 2023 USA National Miss. And next year it's actually going to be hosted in Orlando, Florida in 2024. But this year it is in lovely Hollywood, Florida at the Diplomat Resort. And USA National Miss has grabbed my heart and stole it. I will never leave the system no matter what.
How did you first describe USA National Miss and how can girls apply for a title over there?
Yes, so USA National Miss is home to positive pageantry. They actually encourage their delegates from ages 4 to ages 25 to go out and be with different systems, take photos with them, support one another, because in pageantry, it's about women of leadership and having qualities to be role models in our society. So they it really do encourage everybody and every single woman to go out there and support one another, as long as they have their Inspire platform. That is the national platform for USA National Miss, and they have the pillars of kindness, compassion, and earth. So no matter what your own personal platform is, you really can resonate well with any one of those pillars. And they offer you this amazing prize package worth pretty much $1 million at this point.
Jesus.
It is crazy. And they definitely want every single delegate and national queen to be positively empowered. So they recently just came out with these slogans of being purposely bold, courageously just, and fearfully yourself. And that is to encourage you to be more optimistic, more out there, and getting back to your community, because recently I feel like in society we're losing respect for one another, and just coming together as one is so much more impactful. And I love USA National Miss. And they're also, the best part about it is for myself is that they're a Christian organization. So they really do respect and have everything towards their Christian beliefs. And even the 5 points on our amazing crowns represent each point represents a certain word and certain verb. So it is, correct me if I'm wrong, it is kindness, it is compassion, it is humility, it is patience, and it is, I believe, the last one is generosity. So those represent the 5 points of our crown, and they should represent the queens as well chosen. So USA National Miss is huge, and they take you trips all across the world if you are crowned, and it is such a great sisterhood. I highly recommend it to any girl that just wants to be better in their community, learn more about themselves, and get to know other queens from different states.
I love that. And also just seeing how supportive they are of their title holders interacting with other systems. I don't think that anyone should really restrict themselves when it comes to that because sisterhood is sisterhood at the end of the day.
It really
Now, how many bags are you taking with you, and what is your packing looking like for you? Are we expecting any themed parties with them? I'm completely unfamiliar with the systems. I would love to know what's kind of the in and out, what to expect with competition.
Absolutely. So I am bringing along, personally, just for me at least, I have 10 bags that are just coming with me.
10?
10 just for myself, and then 1 bag for my
Goodness.
mother's coming along with, and my best friend Faith, she's also coming, so they have a bag each. But we have 10 checked bags in total. Oh, sorry, 12 in total, but 10 just for me. And that is just because I need to fly down there and get everything down there. So that includes my gowns, I have 1 suitcase just of shoes. It is a whole week. So
that's necessary.
it is trying to prepare myself, but because I have so much wardrobe, there are so many parties that USA National Miss offers. So during the week, there's going to be Tropical in Paradise. There's going to be Club UNM. There's going to be our garden party, which is derby party themed. So I get to wear a giant hat and just showing off like I'm in the Kentucky Derby. And there's so many more. I think there's 1 more party. And there's Club UNM Tropical. The dinner gala. And we have all themes to them. So the dinner gala is where the color of the ocean. It's very tropical themed because we're in Hollywood, Florida.
So, we have to do the tropical theme. Come on, there's no more appropriate spot to do that with.
Exactly. So everything. So we have Tropical in Paradise as our very first opening party. Then we go to the gala dinner. Then we have the derby party. And then we have Club UNM, where you wear another tropical resort wear outfit. It is crazy how spontaneous and just put together the system and their parties are. And I just can't wait to be attending all of them.
I can't wait to see all the photos from them too, because I love myself a good themed party. Well, I would love to know, what are the judged areas when it comes to USA National Miss? And specifically, what do we expect whenever it comes to interview? How have you been preparing for that specifically?
I have been preparing for interview every single day. And the main gist of all interviews is going off your bio sheet. So you give your bio sheet in advance on why you should be the next USA National Miss. What are your hobbies, your school life, and your work life if you are, old enough to work. And it goes basically, interview has increased in points actually this year. It is now worth 40% instead of before 30% of your overall score. So I love that it's worth more. It's 2 minutes though to get to know somebody, and I want to make the best impression I possibly can. And practicing interview, I just make sure that I give the best and condensed version of anything I say, because I would love to go in more detail when crowned the next USA National Miss. And I cannot wait, but we have, for actual judging wise, there is interview, of course. There is amazing and beautiful evening gown on this huge runway stage. And then there's fun fashion, which is your runway. So you get to wear any fun fashion outfit, strut yourself down stage, and it is amazing. You can just be yourself, listen to the upbeat music, and just walk it off. But also just not judged on your overall score. There are optionals you can do. So for myself, I am doing casual wear, which gives you 2 days in advance to actually walk on stage and get used to being judged for that simple portion, get used to the music and actually competing. So I'll be doing casual wear and a couple other ones. There's modeling. And then there is Ashley Loren Influencer, because Ashley Loren sponsors the USA National Miss organization. We actually have all our opening number dresses from Ashley Loren, and they are amazing. They're beautiful. So I can't wait to be opening up with that. But Ashley Loren Influencer, she's going to be there, and I can't wait to meet her in person and hopefully be part of her top 10.
That is so exciting. I couldn't imagine being an Ashley Loren influencer as well. I love their designs. I have a couple pieces from them that I cannot wait to show off myself. But you say y'all have a big runway stage. That is my dream.
Huge. It is, I don't even know how many feet. I think it's 25 feet. And it is huge. And there's a circle at the end, but there's also stairs. So we got to get used to walking down the stairs. Thankfully, they're not that steep, and they have some room to give you lengthwise to walk down. Mm-hmm. But you don't have to do an evening gown. You just do it every single other part of the competition, just not evening gown.
Thank goodness. Walking downstairs in an evening gown, I do not recommend it. It's not for the weak.
I cannot do that.
Knowing everything that you've known now, have you previously competed with the USA National Miss system?
So this is my first year with USA National Miss. I'm so happy I found it. I have been competing for now 4 years. I was with a different organization before, and I didn't feel my true authentic self coming out. I definitely had to act older. I was the youngest person competing for the Miss, and I was competing against girls that were 30, 40, 50 years old, and I felt I was in a different stage of life. So, and I couldn't even communicate or take photos with any girl with from a different system. So that's why I was really happy about USA National Miss with their positive pageantry, and it has stole my heart. I am with USA National Miss, and I love everything about it.
I bet. And I'm wondering, knowing what you know now, being with USA National Miss, is there anything that you wish you knew beforehand or that you kind of learned along the way?
I have learned that no matter what you do and no matter what organization you are, just end up being yourself. I had to try to act older before, and I knew that ended up killing my scores, and not being me affected who I was on stage and affected who I was in interview. Because truthfully, just being your authentic self, becoming your true self, is the most important, because if you're not your true self and you don't show off your real personality and just who you really are, then you won't score well, because the judges can see right through that. They'll see that you are not a genuine person. They can see everything. So I know now, and my best advice is to be yourself no matter what. Even if you think it's the opposite what the judges are looking for, you never know. And that's why I say just be your true self, because I've learned it trying to act older than I was. Starting 18, I'm competing against 32-year-olds. I try to act more mature, and it didn't look right at all. I try to act like I already had this awesome career and I was just starting college, and I realized, you know what? I feel more connected with the sisterhood I have now, where it's aged from 20 to 25. I'm in the same life stages as the girls, and it has been a true home for me for USA National Miss.
I imagine, and I'm sure judges, especially well experienced ones, they can sniff out when someone is not really being authentic. So it's wonderful that you're now in a system, in a place where you can feel comfortable to be authentically you. And I would love to know, with us being a pageant resource, what is something that, as a title holder, you wish to see more from the pageant community?
I would love to see more sisterhood. And I know it's hard to say that because we are such a big sisterhood, but I wish there was just more respect for each other and just connecting, because no matter where you are in life, you will have people that will belittle you and get you down, or maybe just make you feel uncomfortable because they don't want to connect with you. And I know I've experienced that myself, and I just know that the true sisterhood lies within, as long as you're being yourself and you're putting yourself out there for others to be just open up to you, then you're able to make true friendships that will last a lifetime. And I hope in the pageant community that girls connect more and just become more of a sisterhood like USA National Miss brings, because in a lot of systems they don't have that. And especially that with my previous pageant system I was with, I wasn't even allowed to really talk to the other girls before competition, and it was really discouraging. I really wanted to talk to girls, get to know them, because I wanted to develop a friendship. But now I can with USA National Miss, and I hope other organizations pick up and do the same thing, because it really is a sisterhood and we all should be positively connected.
I agree, and it should be that way. I think really the system that you're in is really going to warp your perception on what pageantry is and can be. I started off in a very similar way, unfortunately, where it wasn't very encouraging of camaraderie amongst my other sister queens. There was not a lot of engagement with each other before we went to competition, but now with my current system as well, it is night and day. Everybody's kicking it out. We're best friends. We're talking. It's wonderful. We have group chats. It's great, and I feel like that's what makes people want to go back and continue in pageantry, being part of this sisterhood. Where if I just pulled up to Iowa randomly one day, I have a couple friends over there now. I won't go to Iowa, but the point still stands.
I feel the same way, just having girls across the country now that I really can connect with. means so much more to me than not being able to connect with anybody at all. Because even though it may be the sash and crown and winning it in competition, it is more of a sisterhood and having strong women of leadership qualities coming together to expand their knowledge and to expand their horizon of what they can accomplish in their lifetime. And so I just want to put that out there and let girls know that, you know, winning the sash and crown can be as amazing as it can be, but the true full of pageantry, what it means to me is what is in your heart and what's in your soul and what you put out there for the world to see.
Absolutely. And, you know, all things said, all things given, now that you are in a more supportive system, how do you help keep your head in the game when it comes to competition?
When it comes to competition, I try to relax myself, especially before interview. You get the little jitters,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I always get the jitters. I gotta shake them out, and I just make sure no matter what, I have to be my true self and put myself out there. But for competition, it is so weird for me because I grew up playing basketball and being super competitive. But even when I was competitive, no matter what, if I got injured or I fell, I got up and smiled. And that's how I do with pageantry. No matter what happens or what failures I have, I get up, I smile, I grow, and I encourage myself to keep on going forward. And because of pageantry, I gained the self confidence and the knowledge and the interview skills that I always wanted to achieve. And growing from that, I definitely say the sisterhood is there. I feel more true and authentic and being myself. I also can say getting to know the girls in my system is the best part. I host it. I think it's now, I believe, I hosted over 60 interviews with the senior division delegates for USA National Miss to showcase their own personal platforms and their goals, to encourage them to connect with other people and to support the positive pageantry system in USA National Miss. Because even though it's competition, I have just the mindset of no matter what, pageantry is about supporting each other and helping each other out. So by doing this, hopefully I'm able to encourage other girls to join pageantry and to get out there, and hopefully their own personal platforms get to expand behind any horizon that they thought of.
Speaking of personal platforms, I would love to hear more about your platform. What are you passionate about?
So I can say I have a very unique personal platform. So my personal platform is called Pause, which stands for Providing Animals with Safety. So I've helped fundraise and collect donations for animals without a home get medical attention, such as surgeries and medication that they deserve and need, because without this, usually humane societies will have to end up euthanizing these animals. And I think they deserve at least a second chance at life because they give so much to us in our time. And I think that just giving a little bit back to them is something worthwhile. So I've created my own stickers with my own personal logo that I made, and I've been selling them to collect donations. And I'm starting up a website where I can do more logos and advertising, and working with Animal Alliance at Greater Syracuse in my area. It is so important that we help these animals. And I also want to let people know that I haven't set a date yet because I want to wait till after the pageant, but I'll be hosting a Pause Walkathon annually, that it will be raising enough money for people in state and out of state to just connect with and to do, because they can do it virtually or in person. It's just a little 3-mile walk. They can go with their animals or without their animals if they don't have any. Just collecting a little bit of a donation. So anything helps support these animals, because I don't want to see them be put down for no reason. That is a simple fix. I've helped over a dozen animals already, and I want to do more as I go along.
I absolutely love and adore that. Being a pet mama of a few rescues myself, I just cannot imagine, because they're in such a helpless position to really not be given that chance that they deserve at life. So I absolutely adore that. What really inspired your project again, or when did it first start for you?
Since I was little, basically. I have always been taking care of my stuffed animals. I thought I wanted to go to the veterinarian world, and I started actually school to be a vet technician, but realized, and economically wise, I decided to have a different career path. But I knew my heart was always set in helping animals while at home, and especially with medical reasons, because I have this passion for medical as I'm going for my biology bachelor's. And so having my platform be created, I knew I wanted it to be paused, but I'm like, what should it stand for? And that's when I created with my coach, and we created Providing Animals with Safety. It's been 4 years now that this platform has been up, and I have my own personal logos I made, and I want to expand it around the horizon and hope that people can, you know, donate and learn from it. And I do want to share fun facts as much as I possibly can about who and what animal I'm helping, who is it benefiting, and what are we specifically doing, because a lot of people don't know what breed they're adopting or whatever happens. And I've seen animals get caught in fences or just freeze, especially we live in New York. They freeze during the winter. So we had a frozen cat last year that we ended up saving, thankfully. So I want to expand my platform to that beyond point.
I cannot wait to see you expand it beyond that and help see just all the animals that you are able to help. Again, such a softie for animals over here. I wanted to be a vet myself at one point, but I sincerely knew that I could not handle seeing any animals less than happy on a regular basis.
I started at a very young age, for learning, at least in junior year of my high school. I volunteered in slash I don't even know what the word is. I volunteered at an animal hospital, an internship, and it was an emergency 24/7 emergency animal hospital. So I saw things I never thought I could see before, and I was able to handle it emotionally. They did have a place where if you couldn't handle it to go to de-stress, but because it's a really hard field to deal with, because you'll see animals that remind you of your own. You have to deal with the emotional stress of the owners that not knowing what's going to happen. I've seen the worst case scenarios possible. I've seen from anywhere from a meth lab explosion, from a stabbing, to just a drowning. I've seen everything to do with animals being harmed. And I just thought, what about the animals that do not have people to bring them in? What do they do? So that's where I created my platform basis. And I love my two dogs that I have personally, and I don't want anything bad happening to them. And I know that probably the rescues, even though they don't have the money to afford it, they don't want anything bad happening to their pets as well.
It literally just gave me goosebumps when you mentioned all these scenarios that these animals go through. And like you mentioned, there are animals that simply do not have humans that will take care of them and take them into care in their time of need. So I really, really adore this platform and cannot wait to see it grow more. I would love your opinion on what skill do you think title holders should have?
Oh, sorry, the whole screen cut out there.
I was like, wait, what happened? I was wondering, like, what's a skill that you think all title holders should have?
Oh, I think listening skills should be the number one thing a title holder should have. In the USA National Miss system, I am in the eldest division, so I know whatever I have to do, I have to be that leader, be that role model, and be that listener, because being in college, I'm still be able to be relatable to the younger divisions. They're all still in school. And I've dealt with everything in my life, from bullying to being belittled to having no self esteem at all, to going to being who I am today, and just being to persevere through that all is so impactful and so important, that I want to showcase to the younger generation as well, to the younger age divisions. And to have those qualities and to be able to do that, you have to be able to be a listener and be open minded, because if you can't listen to somebody and all you're thinking about is what you're going on to yourself, then you won't be able to expand and being able to be relatable and be that role model that they need you to be as a title holder. So listening is so important. And I know I've been listening to the younger divisions already, and I love to hear what they have to say and talk about, because they need that support system, because you don't know if they don't have it already. So it is awesome to be in a support system, to be the eldest age division, to be the role model that they want me to be.
Absolutely. And I love with with that question in particular, everybody responds to it differently. There's like definitely a skill that we already prioritize. And I think listening is one that I definitely put more up on my list, to say the least. Do you have any advice for young ladies? I'm still thinking about your platform, of course. Do you have any advice for young ladies who have really the intention to have an impact on their community but don't know how to start or where to start?
If they're not already in pageantry, start pageantry, because it gives you a good start base to create your own personal platform, what you want to do. And if you don't know what you exactly want to do, think of something that means a lot to you. For me, it was animals, and for other people, it is self confidence, it is self esteem, it is the military, our veterans. And I know it is our earth, it's recycling. So whatever makes you say, I want to start a change for this because I don't see it much in my community, or just something that you're very, what's the word I want to say? It is so that you have true and strong compassion for, because you can be kind and be out there and give generosity, but to be having compassion is so much more meaningful. And so I know I have that for animals, and if they want to start, get into pageantry. But if you don't feel that you want to be a part of a pageant system, get involved with a local organization that's in your community. And if you don't feel like you have time to volunteer, at least one day, or at least on the weekends, give a couple hours, because you have no idea how much that actually means to people. I know I'm very well rounded, even though I have my personal platform. There's other things I strongly believe in. So recycling, I've given my time. Every week, once a day, I go around my college and collect the water bottles for recycling, and that goes back to the organization to help veterans get college education. And so that's just something I do on the side. I also do my military basket donations to help active duty military members. Once a month, I gather donations. I've been working with Miss Military Star in New York for that, to gather donations, and alongside with my own New York team, Amelia Chick and Shyla, we have done so much that we've gotten letters back, we've gotten photos back from our military. We're so excited to just keep doing that and keep on the happiness that it brings them. I've gotten so much reflection back from the military from it. They just said, please keep doing this. You have no idea how much it means to us. They don't get baskets anymore, they don't get letters anymore. So it's very, very important that we keep doing that. And also, like, the homeless community, I'm actually going today at 5 o'clock to the Salvation Army Women's Shelter to donate a bunch of women's hygiene products, because they just need to be listened to, they need to be heard. And I'm also going to give them some affirmations that they can help themselves to progress, because they're in a spot right now with what you said, how do we help these people get a start in life? How do they just be able to move on and do things? So giving them a start, doing affirmations, telling yourself that you are worth it, you're strong enough, and you have the courage to do it, means a lot. And it gives you that perseverance to get through whatever your hardships are now, to be able to have your goal in the end. So I do all of that, but that's because that's where my heart lies. I want to do always more. But to have that start, work with an organization around you, connect with people, network, and figure out where you want to start and what you truly care about.
I love that. And there are just so many opportunities pretty much everywhere you go now. Sometimes it's as easy as looking it up online and you can find something that will be related to your passion, or maybe just try luck. One day it will show up on your Instagram feed. That's how I found a couple things myself. But yeah, no, there's many ways to volunteer. And I also think it's just so admirable how you go out to help women in need for their personal hygiene products, because that is really not spoken about enough whenever people are facing just homelessness or times of crises, or even for our veterans as well, doing care baskets. My dad, he served, I want to say 25 years. He probably could have used a couple more care baskets than what he received.
Exactly. They give up their lives for just our freedom, and I feel like we can do something in return, something so small in return, to just show that we are thankful for what they have done and what they do.
Absolutely. Now, I got a few more questions for today before we wrap up. One of them being, well, I really want you to finish the sentence, if anything. I want to be remembered for.
I want to be remembered for being true. I know no matter what, I don't want people to look at me or remember me for not being myself or for thinking I lived a life of a lie. I want to be remembered for being myself, being true. And I am very out there. I'm always smiling. I'm always bubbly. I'm a mom figure. I make sure everyone's around me is taken care of before myself, because I just have that heart. I just want to be able to give back and help others. So I always just want to be remembered for being true to myself.
Love that. Now, I want to play a little game, this or that. Nothing too crazy.
Ooh, okay.
I do have a few questions. Just get a little bit more into the niche things about you. Are you ready?
Yes. Let's go.
Are we team East Coast or West Coast?
East Coast.
East Coast. I should have figured.
New York.
I feel like I was gonna be surprised. Maybe she'll say West Coast. You never know. Do we prefer swimsuit or fun fashion or evening gown?
Ooh, okay. So I actually competed in swimsuit in my previous system. I will say, it's so hard. I'm gonna say fun fashion, because I can rock out on stage, and even though it's more upbeat, it's more, hey, I'm here to rock it out, have fun, and just be free. I feel fun fashion is where I'm leaning towards.
Fun fashion was one of those categories that pleasantly surprised me whenever I first started it, because I've only did swimsuit before that. I love it. Love seeing the outfits more than anything. First pageant with or without a coach?
Oh, with a coach. So that's the whole reason why I got into pageantry. I started physical training with her. It was Corinne Stalakis for Fit to Reign. And it was 5 minutes from my house. I just started to want to get physically fit. And she goes, girl, you got to do a pageant. And I was like, I don't know. And then I said, fine. I gave into it. And the moment I started, I was like, okay, this is my thing. This is my thing. I caught the pageant fever. It is my thing. I love it. And ever since I've been with her. I'm still with her today.
Oh yeah, no. When that pageant bug bites, it does not let go. I was gonna take a break this year. Didn't happen. Do we say overdressed or underdressed?
Overdressed.
Overdressed.
I am bold every time I go out, and my friends will say this. Like, to a concert we just went to, people were asking me. They said, "Are you famous?" I wore this whole sequence outfit to the point where people said, "Are you a performer?" I'm like, no, but I have this outfit. I want it. I'm this bold personality. If I'm going someplace, I'm going to dress to the highest extent I can. And so whenever I'm out and I'm going out, I try to dress myself, but also something that I'm more bold with. Red's my favorite color, so automatically I'm a bold personality.
I fully support that, and also I think any event is a great excuse to dress up, because let's be honest, everyday life can't be wearing like a full sequin jumpsuit. Come on.
I know.
Now, are we team natural glam or full glam?
I'm a natural glam. So actually, I didn't wear makeup until starting college. I didn't wear makeup at all. And if I do wear makeup now, even though I wear it, I try to go as natural as possible. I don't try to go all eyeshadow. Even though I just said I'm bold, yeah. I like going natural in the face, because a lot of people have told me, they said, you have already beautiful features. You don't want to let that go. And I said, you know what? I guess so. So I just highlight or the features I already have, and I encourage other girls to do so, because God gave you this face. He gave you the body. You go out there and show it off, because it is to highlight. Makeup is to highlight the features you already have. So that's why I like to do it.
I love that. Are we team hair up or hair down?
Hair down. Hair down, please. I'm only saying.
I love the passion behind every answer too.
Hair down. My very first pageant, I had my hair in a ponytail. Even though I was very sassy with it, I flipped it and everything. I was just very confident and sassy. I just feel better with my hair down.
You know what? Been there, done that. I agree. Do you prefer Netflix or Hulu?
Sorry, I heard the question. I got a phone call, so I had to hang up with it.
Oh, it's fine.
I am a Hulu girl, and that's because my favorite shows are on Hulu, and like Game of Thrones is on Hulu now, so I'm binge watching all over Game of Thrones again, and then I am doing rewatching of things I like. Say Yes to the Dress. I am addicted to always watching that once in a while, and so there's so many things I'm addicted to for watching wise, series wise. I definitely am more of a Hulu girl, but obviously when Wednesday has, well, I said Wednesday, when Netflix has series such as like Wednesday, then I'm like, okay, we're Netflix for now.
I feel like every time I want to cancel my Netflix subscription, there will be just like a bombshell that comes out. And that would be my sole reason to keep it. Otherwise, I'm Team Hulu.
Yep, that's the same.
Do you prefer gold or silver accessories?
This is so hard because I'm wearing silver all over my body. I would say silver because I'm a diamond girl. I'm an April baby, and everything I owned is pretty much diamond besides this Pandora ring. But everything else is diamonds, and so silver goes along with diamonds. Otherwise, I'm so out of it. I'm wearing gold earrings, so it's very off right now. But definitely silver over gold for me. And my best friend, she always tells me she's gold for everything. I'm like, okay.
Y'all just compliment each other then. Like the little Pandora rings that came out recently that got really viral, the sun and the moon. Perfect for you.
Oh, I gotta look at that now. You're making me buy more. I already have like a friendship Pandora ring I have. Now I gotta go get this other one.
Oh yeah, I'm not here to encourage good behaviors when it comes to shopping. Do you prefer to save or to spend?
Okay, I already mentioned I have a shopping addict, but I prefer to save because I have goals and I want to achieve those goals, and to have those goals you need money. So I was such a saver, and then once it comes to nationals and pageant time, you lose a little bit of that savings. So definitely savings for me.
Oh yeah, that will dig into your savings real quick.
Yep. It did. It killed me almost.
Oh, trust me, I'm about to leave for a pageant myself. I know. I'm looking at this beautiful savings I had, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's all designated for the pageant. Last question. Do we prefer the city or the countryside?
Country.
Country.
Yeah, country all the way. Even though I'm from New York, I'm not from New York City, from Syracuse, New York. And I love the country so much. And I don't know, city, even though it's beautiful to visit, is not where I would like to stay. I am so much more of a country girl.
I'm more of a city girl. I wish I could like the country. I really do.
Well, that's because I go four-wheeling, I snowmobile, I'm always out in the country. I love it. I love having land. I love just watching the trees, looking at the grass, watching the landscape. So I'm so much more of a country girl. And I've known a lot of people that grew up on farms. My grandma grew up on a farm, and I wish I grew up on a farm, but I don't. It's definitely something of mine that I just want to be out in the country with.
All right. Now, one last question before we kind of, part for today.
Oh.
How can we stay connected with your pageant journey?
Ooh, so yes, I would love for all the support as possible. And if you want to watch me live compete, we have preliminaries on July 7th. You can go to thepageantvision.com and just scroll and find it. It is $31 right now to watch it. It's a little pricey, but it's not terrible. I would love the support. And then finals, of course, is the big show. So please go watch. That's July 8th, the very next day. I'm not 100% sure on the time, so don't commend me for that. But please just follow me on my Instagram. It is USA National Miss NY for New York. Or just look up my name, Machaela Kozlowski. I love the support. I love people reaching out to me. If I have anybody that I'm aware of that it doesn't look like a scam account, I will follow back. I try to just keep the positivity positivity going. I love the support, and I always want to support others along with you. So I always tell girls, message me, and I will message you right back as soon as possible. I promise. I always check my requests too, just in case. But please just follow me, message me. I am open. I love connecting with people. So Instagram and Facebook, I'm both on. I'm more on Instagram. And that's where you can follow me and join my journey. And if you want to reach out to me, please. I am so for it.
Well, that's wonderful. I'll definitely be reaching out to you a little bit later. But thank you so much, Machaela, for being here with us today. And thank you, everybody who joined us, watched the live, and will be watching the video later on when we have it uploaded everywhere. You all have a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend. Can't wait to see you all again soon. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.